When you block a narcissist, you are effectively cutting off access to their drug. This means that they will be forced to go cold turkey from whatever it was that they were getting from you. Maybe it was attention, access to physical resources, or the ability to use you as an emotional punching bag. Either way, just like any drug addict who loses the thing that feeds their addiction, they will not react too kindly. If you're about to block a narcissist, it's important to arm yourself with the knowledge of what could happen, so that their actions don't totally shock and surprise you. Remember to hold firm in your boundaries and focus on your healing, no matter what the narcissist attempts to spew at you in their fit of rage. 1. They'll be highly insulted. When you block the narcissist, they take it as a huge rejection, just as most people would. However, rather than the narcissist feeling normal things like sadness, hurt and anger, they'll take it as a personal insult. On a deeper level, it will trigger a narcissistic injury of rejection and abandonment. But the narcissist's ego works to shield them from the existence of such faults. Being rejected or abandoned goes directly against the narcissist's false reality that they are special, perfect and superior. Because, if they were really that grand, why would anyone possibly want to block them? So, their ego needs to eradicate this information, which threatens to reveal the truth that they're not perfect after all. The ego will target you as the threat, and work to annihilate you in order to protect its very existence. How does a narcissist react to being blocked by a mere mortal who's nowhere near as remarkable as they are? They'll be highly insulted and do anything in their power to make you feel inferior, because that's the only way to reinforce to themselves that they are superior to you. 2. They'll fly into a rage. Another thing you can expect when blocking a narcissist is white-hot rage. Narcissists are all about control. They need to push people around like pawns on a chessboard. Being in control makes them feel extremely important, and confirms for them that they can extract certain responses at the click of a finger. When you block a narcissist, you completely strip them of all control over you, which they cannot stand. Now, they have zero control over your moves, and without whispering manipulations into your ear, they can't influence what you're telling other people. But above all else, the narcissist is angry that you've taken their supply from them in one clean swoop. Since the narcissist believes that they are superior, they also think that they can have whatever they want, whenever they want it. They don't think that you have any right to block them, or withhold their precious supply from them. If anything, they think they should be the ones blocking you. But what's really floating under the narcissist's rage is fear. They're deeply afraid that they have lost you. Not because they care about you as a person, but because of all the things that you provided for them. A narcissistic rage is very much an adult temper tantrum because they're not getting their own way. So, their first port of call is to throw you into a state of fear, in the hope of making you cower and crawl back into their sphere. It's actually a projection of their own fear. 3. They'll try to hoover you. The next thing the narcissist will do, is to try and hoover you back into their web with some love bombing. They will switch on the charm that they used to hook you with in the first place, and play on your insecurities since they know you so well. Examples of how a narcissist will attempt to hoover you after being blocked: send flowers to your work, show up at your house unexpectedly, randomly bump into you at a place where they know you regularly go, use friends or family to get messages of fake remorse to you. If you've blocked their number, they'll email you, contact you via a fake account on social media. If you share children, they'll use the kids to get to you. Or, they'll need your urgent help with a fake emergency. The idea of hoovering you after you've blocked the narcissist is to make you feel loved and validated. If you do fall for their false charm, they'll revert to their old ways of abuse as soon as you're securely back in their web. After all, they don't see a problem with their behavior. They just see this as a small issue to be ironed out, so that things can get back to how they were before, with them using and abusing you as they see fit. 4. They'll future fake. If the narcissist can get any form of communication to you, they'll come up with all sorts of promises, to try and reel you back into their toxic world. They'll declare that they've changed, or that they can finally offer you the things that you've been asking for throughout the whole relationship. The fact is, narcissists future fake all the time. They're all about getting what they want right now, and doing whatever it takes to achieve that. Lies and manipulations are just a part of the job. They'll say things like, "I'm ready to commit now, let's get married," or, "I know what I've done wrong, I'll go see a therapist." Future faking is proof that the narcissist knew what you wanted all along, but they never had any intention of delivering. So, if they didn't put in the effort during the relationship, why would they bother to start now? Remember, actions always speak louder than words, and a narcissist's words never line up with their actions. 5. They'll expect you to chase them. How does a narcissist react to being blocked, when they are the god who deserves to be worshipped and you're a lowly peasant? They will kick back with an air of self-righteousness, and expect you to come groveling back to them. The narcissist lives in such a delusional reality, that they truly believe you should be so lucky to have them in your presence. They completely disregard the horrendous ways they treat you and instead, think that you should be worshipping their every move. Quite often, when you block a narcissist, you can expect them to sit back and do nothing. They think that chasing someone is beneath them, so if you want to have them in your world, you will need to chase them and apologize. Unfortunately, this tactic can often work really well due to the trauma bond. This is where the narcissist gets their victim addicted to them, through intermittent punishments and rewards during the relationship. The trauma bond can cause an intense feeling of loss and guilt by blocking the narcissist, because it triggers your inner fear of being punished as well as being alone. 6. They'll get supply. Aside from the narcissist flipping out, and trying to manipulate you back into their toxic realm, they may actually get supply from being blocked. You see, in their mind, they'll be thinking, I must be incredibly significant for them to be taking the time out of the day to block me. They must be thinking about me all the time. Knowing that they've gotten under your skin that much, actually inflates the narcissist's ego even more. It validates for them that they do really exist, and that they are extremely important and powerful, to be able to get such a reaction out of you. But please don't use this as a reason to not block the narcissist. I still highly recommend blocking them, but just be aware that if you're constantly ruminating about them, you will be sending them narcissistic supply on a psychic level. Block the narcissist, then turn to your own healing. Over time, as you release your wounds, the narcissist will naturally become insignificant, which means they won't be getting any remote supply from you. 7. They'll create threats. How does a narcissist react to being blocked when they've completely lost control and nothing else is working? They'll trigger your fears and create threats to terrorize you into submission. If you've got kids together, they'll either threaten to take the kids or not show up for them at all, whichever tactic will hit you the hardest. If they've got something they can legally threaten you with, don't put it past them to go ahead and try. By this point, if you did unblock the narcissist and allow them back into your life out of fear, it's certainly not going to be a fulfilling relationship. The narcissist is purely functioning from control and power. They don't care about you, they just want to win the game. 8. They'll want to block you. As we know, narcissists have an extreme superiority complex, to the point where it rules their every move. The narcissist just cannot fathom how you could possibly block them. Firstly, they've crushed your self-confidence so much throughout the relationship, that they never thought you'd have the guts to actually go ahead and make a stand against them. Secondly, they truly think they're the best, and can't understand why you wouldn't want their amazingness in your life. Thirdly, you are nothing. How dare you block them? The narcissist will often want to coax you into unblocking them, just so that they can turn around and block you back. It's all about control, and they need the power to shift back into their hands. Life is one big competition to them, where they want to always come out as the greatest of them all. For them to be able to manipulate you into unblocking them, so that they can block you themselves, will have them thinking that they've won. 9. They'll blame shift. How does a narcissist react to being blocked when they know they've been manipulative towards you? You can expect them to publicly accuse you of the very things that they were actually doing. If they were controlling with the finances, they'll say that you stopped them from being able to spend money. If they withheld love and affection as a form of control, they'll say you have intimacy issues and were cold towards them. The possible false storylines here are endless. Shifting all of the relationship blame onto you is a tactical ploy to cover themselves. They want to avoid being detected for their abusive behaviors. That way, if you talk to any mutual acquaintances about anything that the narcissist has done, they've already gotten in first with their version of events. They'll lay the foundation in just the right way, so that anything you say is going to make it sound like you're the one trying to cover your tracks, not the other way around. 10. They'll replace you. If the narcissist knows that you're onto them, and that they can no longer manipulate you, they'll replace you as quickly as they can with a new source of supply. In fact, There's a chance that the narcissist already had someone else in the wings, that you never even knew about. They'll treat your existence as though it was nothing to them, simply because they're superior to you. Replacing you at the click of a finger not only secures a fresh source of attention for them, but it reiterates to the narcissist that you're worthless and replaceable. For the narcissist, filling their own head with illusions of grandiosity and superiority is far easier than admitting the truth. That they were blocked because you do not want them in your life. That's a reality, which the narcissist simply cannot compute. 11. They'll deny your significance. If all else fails and the narcissist has no control over you blocking them, they'll deny that you ever played a significant role in their life at all. Rather than facing a public rejection, or the humiliation of being blocked, they'll rewrite the storyline. If anyone asks about you, they'll devalue your relationship together and pretend like it never mattered, or that it was never that big of a deal. They might even tell people that they only ever pitied you, which is why they allowed you into their life. Once the narcissist repeats the new storyline enough times, they'll actually convince themselves of the false version, making it real in their false reality. 12. They'll destroy your reputation. How a narcissist can react to being blocked on a public level is by setting out to destroy you as a punishment. Since you're withholding communication from them and they're unable to punish you behind closed doors, they'll have to do it on a public scale. The narcissist cannot accept any public humiliation, which includes being rejected by someone else. Therefore, they will go into seek and destroy mode, as collateral damage for the perceived slight against their ego. When a narcissist conducts a smear campaign, they will play the angle of the poor victim at your vindictive hands. Although we all know that the complete opposite is true. This is why the narcissist maintaining a good image at all times is so imperative to their false self. They need to always appear squeaky clean, so that when they decide to drag someone else through the mud, their whole charade doesn't crumble. The narcissist will spread lies about you, which serves to make you look like the abusive, crazy one, meaning they will be able to gain attention as the victim. They will bring you down in order to prop themselves up. 13. They may stalk you. Some narcissists can resort to stalking as a reaction to being blocked. On a more benign, yet still intrusive level, they may stalk you via social media, or check up on what you're doing through mutual friends. In the case of blocking the narcissist on social media, they may create a fake account to see your profile, if it's not private, or use their friends' or family members' accounts. If you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, stalking could cause concern for your safety. Malignant narcissists take their position of power and control to another level. Please do not hesitate to gather a support crew around you, and contact authorities if you're worried about your safety. If a narcissist is really obsessed about knowing your whereabouts, they may drive past your house to see if you're there, or if anyone else is with you. They could even keep an eye on you at your workplace. Narcissists are of the mentality that once you've had some sort of relationship or friendship with them, you are now one of their belongings. They don't view humans as living, breathing souls with their own lives. Since they have created an entire false universe, of which they are the center, they think everyone else has merely been placed there as a tool for them to use. If the narcissist has owned you once, they think they own you forever. Therefore, you are their item to be used, controlled, or set aside for future use. They do not want anyone else playing with their toy, and they certainly don't want you to go off and lead a life of your own, without them controlling it. Narcissists are slippery suckers who do not play by the same rules as sane and whole beings. They are manipulators for life, who cannot be taught empathy or compassion. The only true way to rid yourself of the narcissist is to eradicate them from your life. For more information on narcissism, head to unmaskingthenarc.com.